call Your Excellency, you allow me 10 seconds to digress just a little bit. Before the advent of Manchester United and Arsenal, we used to have a great contest in the 80s and the 90s between Gor Mahia and AFC Leopards. During that time, I was a keen fan of football. I was and remain a great supporter and fan of AFC Leopards. With those few remarks, please be upstanding and help me to usher in the President of the Republic of Kenya, President William Ruto. Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Let's take our seats. Mr. Deputy President, Prime Cabinet Secretary, the Speakers of the two Houses of Parliament, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors and High Commissioners, CDF and Service Commanders, Ministers, Excellency Governors, Deputy Governors, Principal Secretaries, the Governor of this great county of Bungoma, Governor Kenneth Makelo Lusaka Kufuela, MCAs and the Speaker of Bungoma County. Ndugu wananchi wa Bungoma, hamjambo? Bungoma, hamjambo? Bungoma hoye! Bungoma hoye! Madaraka hoye! Asanteni sana. It is a great honor for me to join you here at this stadium named to honor the memory of one of Kenya's finest sons, illustrious freedom fighter and exemplary leader, Maside Muliro, and to lead Kenya in celebrating the 61st Madaraka Day. On this anniversary, we mark the emphatic success of our freedom struggle, the triumph of the many gallant men and women who made immense sacrifice for the cause of freedom and justice, and the vindication of the principles and values which inspire the people of Kenya to stand as one, resist oppression, and unite to claim their sovereignty and to win the freedom to build a nation in accordance with our own aspirations. The reason for making this day are principally that the aspirations which motivated our heroes over 6 decades ago are not only alive today, but they are also the bright flame that sets our souls and minds alight with ambition and urgency, and illuminate the path to each one of us to pursue the progress and prosperity of our households, our families, and our nation. Madaraka, our self-governing mandate, is not an accident of history. Rather, it is the affirmation of the timeless values embraced and articulated by those who came before us in their resistance to colonial invasion, and the culmination of the vision and passion of the succeeding generations which bravely took on mighty empires and they won. Today, we are no longer at the starting blocks of the race to progress. We have come a long way. In the course of our journey, we have made Kenya a strong state, anchored by a people united by fierce patriotism, love for one another, a shared vision of progress, and a public service with a high capacity to coordinate development and to provide security. Additionally, our country is a thriving, competitive, and diversified economy well into its transformational takeoff, and a democracy which protects freedom, drives democracy, and places the people of Kenya at the front and center as the authors and beneficiaries of this great nation's affairs. Therefore, every person in this country has the freedom and opportunity to make their contribution by giving their best in what they do. This is the source of our glory. Madaraka recognizes that Kenya's freedom was won by resolute farmers and determined workers on their shambas and their brave sons and daughters in forests, cities, factories, and plantations. Madaraka reminds us not to look down upon the labors of others, regardless of their occupation, because work makes a great people and a strong nation. Rather, Madaraka encourages us to do whatever we must to honor and support everyone who works, because that is the best way of achieving prosperity and security in a nation. Madaraka Day celebrates the birth of a nation out of the totality of the labors of millions of its people. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is the day to remember that work is important. Every hustle matters, and that nation building is a bottom-up affair. Let no one look down upon the life or livelihoods of another, and let no one be made to feel despised because of their work. Our economy depends on every form of service and labor. From the milling of sugarcane, millet and sorghum, to the ginning of cotton and the roasting of coffee beans in this country, our agriculture sector continues to fire the powerful engine of economic transformation to propel this great nation into a food-secure, internationally competitive trading giant that can hold its own in the East African community and leverage other trading frameworks, such as the COMESA, Africa Growth and Opportunities Act, the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, with ease. Agriculture remains sufficiently attractive enough to sustain investment in every node of the food system. Agriculture's direct contribution to our GDP is 25%, while its indirect support to other economic pillars such as manufacturing boosts the GDP by a further 27%. Agriculture also employs directly or otherwise an estimated 40% of our population. To build a robust and thriving economy, enhance social inclusion and improve environmental conservation on this critical sector, the government has deployed an agriculture-led, all-of-society approach in the form of the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, of which agriculture is a critical, central, strategic pillar. Under the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, we will reduce hunger, fight poverty, and improve the health outcomes of Kenyans. I am particularly delighted that agriculture and food security are the chosen theme of this year's celebration in this great agricultural county of Bungoma. We appreciate the determination of small-scale farmers who are the backbone of Kenya's agricultural sector in their efforts to produce sufficient and varied food to meet their national health and other daily needs. Against many odds, our farmers have defied systemic and structural constraints and limitations to make a contribution to households and national food security requirements and to propel the economy into the future. We understand, we cherish, and we value our farmers. Consequently, we have partnered effectively with farmers and other food system value chain actors, such as input suppliers, producers, processors, and support service providers to transform their productivity beyond subsistence and enhance the country's food security. This has been made possible through interventions in key value chains like maize, livestock, tea, coffee, edible oils, cashew nuts, pyrethrum, flowers, avocado, and macadamia nuts. We now have the potential to become a competitive regionally, globally, by utilizing the unique capacity of cooperatives to mobilize production on scale through the provision of government-supported agricultural extension services. The sugar industry is a highly strategic subsector whose value chains have been the mainstay of the local economies of our sugar belt and a generator of much-needed jobs and value. For this reason, we are firmly committed to ensure that the sugar industry returns maximum value to all actors in its value chains, beginning with the initial and foundational entrepreneur, the cane grower. To accomplish this, we have implemented a number of radical measures. We have written off Kenya shillings 110 billion worth of sugar factories' debts accumulated over the last 40 years. A new leasing model that will guarantee prompt payment for cane deliveries by farmers, timely wages for factory workers, and a bonus to sugarcane farmers every end of the year like other crops is underway. A call upon relevant agencies to accelerate the review process and to incorporate proceeds from byproducts in the scheme. As part of our commitment to invest 2 billion shillings into sugarcane development through state-owned mills, after leasing is completed, I am proud to announce that the government has approved the first tranche of 600 million for seed cane development, and the National Treasury shall shortly release these funds to farmers. Recently, smallholder tea farmers exported Ketepa's value-added teas to West Africa and China. The government also increased farm-to-table food safety through frameworks such as the Food Safety Policy, and a Food Safety Coordination Bill is underway. To ensure our capacity to coordinate agricultural production and deliver service to the sector more efficiently, we are developing and integrating a farmers and agripreneurs database into the Kenya Integrated Agriculture Information System. As we speak, the database already has 6.4 million registered farmers, and our aim is to serve them better by improving access, sharing and utilizing of information in the agricultural sector. We have just witnessed a cohort of 2,000 agripreneurs trained by the government of Kenya. There are 18,000 agripreneurs around the country whom we have commissioned today to take charge of our agriculture across Kenya. The power of this database is beyond doubt. In recent months, farmers have been able to access subsidized fertilizer from the fertilizer subsidy program, as well as animal feed and certified seed, more efficiently, more affordably, and more transparently. Since we began to distribute subsidized fertilizer last year, 15 million bags of 50 kilograms of crop and soil-specific fertilizers have been distributed. Our strategic intervention have led to a marked increase of value addition initiatives. Measures are underway to boost coffee productivity from 2 kilograms to 10 kilograms per tree, and from 50,000 metric tons to 102 metric tons a year by 2027. Under the coffee sector reform that we initiated, a 4 billion coffee jerry fund was established, 2 billion of which has paid, with a balance allocated for payment in the 2024-2025 financial year. This will ensure farmers get good returns for their investments. We are also writing off Kenya shillings 6.7 billion debt owed by coffee cooperatives around Kenya. And specifically, in this write-off, Bungoma County, the cooperatives in Bungoma County 300 million shillings will be written off for cooperatives in Bungoma County. In the edible oils value chain, the government's plan involves boosting the production of sunflower, palm oil, and canola by working with counties. In 2023, 70 tons of sunflower seeds were purchased, with 40 tons distributed to farmers. Another 40 tons of seed have been allocated to the Agricultural Development Corporation for seed multiplication. Additionally, the government, through the Agriculture and Food Authority, has produced and distributed 500 metric tons of seeds worth 241 million to farmers in 24 counties, including those in this region, as seed cotton production is underway. In the financial year 2024-2025, Kenya shillings 400 million has been budgeted for this program under the National Edible Oils Program project. We are on course with our plan to increase cotton production from 2,500 bales in 2022 to 107,000 bales by 2025 and modernize all ginneries around Kenya. The aim is to expand cotton farming from 9,300 acres in 2022 to 41,000 acres in 2023, distributing 15,700 kilos of seed to farmers in Busia and another 20,000 kilos to farmers in Meru, Makueni, Kitui, and Machakos, among the 24 counties that are in our program. Subsidized fertilizer will also be provided through the tried and tested e-voucher for both our sugarcane and cotton farmers as well. Additionally, 5,000 hectares have been harvested in Lamu of cotton. The government has also worked with stakeholders to negotiate a price increase for farmers from Kenya shillings 54 shillings a kilo to Kenya shillings 72 shillings a kilo. In the 2024-2025 financial year, 150 million has been allocated for the cotton industry revitalization program. We have also witnessed the negative effects of climate change, most notably through extreme climatic phenomena. Last year, a long, bitter drought ended, giving